Hey, what is up internet? Welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? So a couple of months back, I actually wanted to make a video that involved a little bit of macro photography. But I didn't have a dedicated macro lens for my Canon EOS 200D Mark II. And also I didn't want to just spend my money on a lens for that particular video. So that video never came out, but I actually got to know a little trick from the internet where you can make any lens a macro lens. So if you're also in a similar situation where you're just starting out with the macro photography and you don't want to spend your money on a dedicated macro lens, well, this video is for you, my friend. So for that, you would actually want to get one of these for your camera. So this is actually a reverse camera lens mount adapter. I actually got this for just ₹500 here in India or less than $10 from Amazon. And what it allows us to do is इससे हम अपने कैमरे का लेंस उल्टा लगा सकते हैं. So what usually is the front part of the lens will now attach to the body, and what usually is the back side of the lens would be exposed to the world when we are shooting a picture or a video. So what it does is इससे automatically एक camera lens macro lens बन जाता है, including your shitty kit lens, which is 1855. Now, two things you would want to keep in mind while buying one of these adapter rings is, first of all, which camera you are using. Are you using a Canon, Nikon or Sony or any other camera? Because these rings are just like an adapter, so they differ from camera to camera. Second, what is the lens diameter with which you would be using this adapter ring? Now, usually you can find the lens diameter on the front side of your lens. So the kit lens usually has a 58 mm lens diameter. So I got that for this. But if you are planning to use this ring for other lenses as well, make sure you order the ring for that lens diameter, because आपका वो वाला part, जो front part है, वो actually में इस adapter पे fit होगा. Okay, now since this is a workaround and this actually does not turn your lens magically into a macro lens, you do lose out on some features. So first of all, आपका autofocus काम नहीं करेगा. So if you are used to clicking a lot of pictures or videos in autofocus, that will not work because your camera can no longer electronically control your lens. Second, manual focus भी usually बहुत cameras में काम नहीं करता है. So if you want to nail the focus, you would have to physically move your camera closer or away from the subject. And third, aperture भी काम नहीं करेगा because again your camera cannot electronically control your lens. Now पहले के टाइम पे कुछ लेंस आते थे इस पे डेडिकेटेड aperture ring होती थी. So if you have one of those lens, good for you, but if you don't, there is a way that you can lock an aperture and then eject your lens, but I couldn't find a way on my Canon EOS 200D Mark II. But if there is a way for a camera, you can actually lock the aperture and then use the lens in reverse. Okay, so if all those disadvantages are not a big deal for you and you already have this ring, well, let's put it on. Let's see how well we can shoot macro photography. Now there are some tips I actually want to highlight if you're just starting to do macro photography. So first is you should have your subject well lit up. Now because हम एक subject के बहुत ज़्यादा पास जाके एक picture click करेंगे, it's always better to have at least an extra source of light on the subject, if not anywhere else. Second, I would usually recommend to keep ISO as low as possible because increasing ISO just means you are bumping up some artificial light, which in turn brings in some noise in some pictures. And third, well, shooting macro shots with only your hand and trusting your hand stabilization in the beginning is very, very difficult. So you can start out with tripod. आप tripod से कुछ shots ले सकते हो, and then once you have mastered the stabilization, you can actually shoot with your hand. Because otherwise, नहीं तो क्या होगा, तुम tripod लगाते रह जाओगे और वो जो तुमने कीड़े मकोड़ों की फोटो खींचनी थी, वो तब तक उड़ जाएंगे. Now you can actually shoot a whole new world from some macro lenses, and this trick also qualifies for that. You would not believe, because all these things are not very visible from the naked eye, but you would be shocked and blown away from the level of detail and the level of magnification you can get from this little trick. even from your 1855 kit lens, because mostly the first time DSLR buyers actually get the kit lens and they don't really like it because the kit lens is as average as my photography skills. Okay, coming back to the video. But again, I was shocked, and I will keep repeating myself, because with this little trick I could actually see the parts of my skin which I would otherwise not have from my naked eyes. मतलब ये इतना ज़्यादा magnify कर देता है, and the level of detail is so much कि मैं skin का डॉक्टर ही बन जाऊँ. हाँ जी आओ बैठो 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 बैठो. क्या हुआ बताओ भाई. अरे क्या हो गया डॉक्टर साहब, मैंने ना YouTube चैनल शुरू किया था, उसमें ना सब्सक्राइबर नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं. तो इसमें मैं क्या करूं? अरे नहीं, वो आप स्किन टेस्ट करके बताते हो ना. अच्छा स्किन टेस्ट कराने आए हो. ओहो ओके. तो मैं कुछ टेस्ट लिख देता हूँ, वो कल करा के आना, फिर देखते हैं. ठीक है. Tomorrow. ओह भैया आओ बैठो. हाँ, तुम्हारी रिपोर्ट आ गई है और इसमें तुम्हारा सब्सक्राइबर काउंट बहुत कम है भैया स्किन में तुम्हारा. हाँ, कंटेंट अच्छा नहीं बनाते हो क्या तुम? नहीं, थोड़ा ट्राई तो करते हैं. हाँ नहीं, कंटेंट अच्छा बनाओगे तो सब्सक्राइबर काउंट अपना अच्छा बन जाएगा. ये मेरे पास आने से कुछ नहीं होगा. फुटना से. So yes guys, this was it for this video. Hit that like button if you learned something new today, or if this video helped you out in some way or the other, and do share this video with your friends who are just starting out with macro photography. And before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, and especially hit that bell icon if you want to see more such videos in your YouTube feed in future. So till then, keep asking, and I'll see you in the next one.